A cloud of suspicion surrounds the deaths of Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife, whose bodies were found in their Santa Fe home.
Gene Hackman is a Hollywood legend. His roles left a big impact on the audience.
And the Oscar goes to Gene Hackman in Unforgiven.
Then Clint Eastwood, another big star, said something about Gene that surprised everyone. What did Clint say? How does it change what we think of their friendship? Let's find out the answers together. Before we talk about Clint's revelation, let's first look at the sad news of Gene's passing. His death has deeply affected the film world. Gene Hackman's influence on Hollywood is huge. His loss is felt by many. On February 26, 2025 in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Gene and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were found dead at home. A worker who hadn't heard from them in 2 weeks called for a wellness check. When they checked the house, they found Gene in the foyer and Betsy in the bathroom. Medications were found nearby, raising concerns about Gene's health problems in recent months. Their dog was found near Betsy. The other dogs were unharmed. It seemed like both Gene and Betsy passed away suddenly. The investigation showed no foul play. There was no sign of poisoning or carbon monoxide.
The Santa Fe County Sheriff said the two tested negative for carbon monoxide.
The cause of death was unclear, but one clue stood out. Gene's pacemaker showed that his heart stopped on February 17th, 9 days before they were found. This suggests that Gene passed away before Betsy. Gene had become more isolated in the past year, no longer biking and spending most of his time alone with Betsy. She cared for him as his health declined. Friends said Betsy had been healthy before her sudden death, leaving many confused. Gene's career was full of amazing roles in films like The French Connection and Unforgiven. He was a Hollywood legend who left a lasting impact. Despite his fame, he lived a quiet life with Betsy, away from the public eye. Gene and Betsy's private lives, their health decline, and the suddenness of it all raised many questions. While Gene had health issues, no one expected his death, and Betsy's too, to come so quietly. His passing marked the end of an era, but his work and legacy will live on. People everywhere remembered his amazing contributions to film. One of the first to speak was director Francis Ford Coppola, who worked with Gene in The Conversation, 1974. Francis shared a tribute online, posting a photo from the set. He spoke about Gene's lasting impact on film. To Francis, Gene was not just an actor, but an artist, whose on-screen complexity left a deep mark on the industry. Morgan Freeman, a longtime friend, spoke at the Oscars. He talked about their deep friendship, which lasted many years.
Well, this week, our community lost a giant, and I lost a dear friend, Gene Hackman.
They worked together in Unforgiven and Under Suspicion. Morgan praised Gene's quiet humility and his dedication to doing good work. He said Gene's legacy lived on through his performances. Other stars also honored Gene. Mel Brooks remembered Gene's role in Young Frankenstein, where Gene played the blind hermit. Mel was amazed at how Gene, a dramatic actor, embraced comedy. Dustin Hoffman, who went to acting school with Gene, shared memories of their time together. He remembered how Gene was expelled for being too different, despite his great talent. Dustin called Gene a giant, comparing him to Marlon Brando. Nathan Lane, who worked with Gene on The Birdcage, described him as genuine and thoughtful, with just a hint of danger.
Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you.
Viola Davis also paid tribute, remembering how Gene brought depth to tough roles. She admired how he showed vulnerability alongside strength. For Viola, Gene was a giant, and his loss was deeply felt. Josh Brolin, who grew up watching Gene, expressed how special his work was. Tom Hanks said Gene was unique. He was one of a kind and didn't need comparisons. Even British royalty paid tribute. Prince William praised Gene for his incredible work and lasting impact on film. Antonio Banderas and George Takei also expressed their sorrow. George said Gene could bring any character to life, making you believe in them. Gene's legacy and influence on actors and filmmakers are recognized by everyone who admired him. Gene retired in 2004 and kept a low profile, but his impact never faded. He had given so much to film, and when he passed, it marked the end of an era. His work redefined acting, showing the depth and authenticity that few others could match. Another Hollywood giant, Clint Eastwood, had his own thoughts about Gene. Clint Eastwood, his close friend, was one of them. Their bond was special. Clint's words after Gene's death showed just how much he admired him. Clint is known for keeping his emotions hidden, but when it came to Gene, he spoke openly. Clint said there was no better actor than Gene. He praised Gene's natural style and powerful performances. Clint said Gene always gave his best. Gene made every character his own, leaving a lasting impact on every film. Clint believed Gene was one of the top 3 actors of all time. No one can replace him. This shows how much Clint valued him. Clint and Gene's work together began in 1992 with Unforgiven. They worked together again in Under Suspicion. Their on-screen chemistry mirrored their strong friendship. Clint admired Gene's honest, simple approach to acting.
I've worked with Gene and the same thing, but he's so ready to go. He's so prepared.
Clint's friendship with Gene was unique. They both grew in a changing film industry, creating new roles that required more depth. Gene's quiet strength fit perfectly into this new wave of filmmaking. Clint, too, pushed himself beyond the tough guy roles he was known for. Together, they created films with depth and complexity that became legendary. Clint saw Gene's acting as more than just performance. It was art that touched the heart. Clint wasn't just honoring a colleague. He was recognizing Gene's lasting impact on film. Clint also admired Gene's humility. Despite his success, Gene never sought fame. He focused on his craft. Their friendship was built on shared values, love for acting, honesty, and dedication to filmmaking. Clint said he would miss Gene deeply, not just as a co-star, but as a true friend. Clint believes the best way to honor Gene is to celebrate his life. For Clint, Gene's legacy isn't just about awards or famous roles. It's about the characters he brought to life with honesty and authenticity. Gene didn't just act. He became his characters, making them unforgettable. Clint's tribute is a reminder of Gene's talent. His roles will live on in film history. But what truly stands out is his heart, his dedication, and his humility. Clint's admiration toward Gene shows the lasting nature of his talent. Clint's words are not just about a fellow actor, but a friend who left a lasting mark on Clint's life and the world of cinema. Clint believes the open door at Gene's house is suspicious, like there is some foul play involved. Clint found it strange that Gene, known for being private, would leave his door open. This raises serious questions. Was it an accident or something more? What do you think? Let us know in the comments.